And we're in the middle of the 200 medley relay right now. Hazlitt is in the lead. We're actually doing quite well right now for the first event. I believe it is lane 2. It's already done. No, actually, no. There she is.
Well, lanes 5 and 3, I believe, are already on their final 25 and are coming in for the end.
Yep, they are.
It'll be the Hazlitt B relay and the Hazlitt A relay.
Yep, they are coming in, or they're up. They've done their flip turn. They're on their way back on the freestyle, which is the final part of the medley relay. In case you're joining us late, this is Anthony Masala and Gabi Schumacher, your host today.
Good afternoon. How are we doing today?
You are joining us for the Hazlitt girls swimming and diving team versus Lansing Eastern Quakers in the very first event, the 200 medley relay.
Just coming to a close right now. Oh, wait, we still have just once.
Hazlitt placed first, second, and looks like
Not third.
first, second, and fifth.
Yeah, Lansing Eastern did squeeze in a quick third in there and fourth place.
But Hazlitt did come through with the overall victory for that relay.
Yes. So the scores should be in Hazlitt's favor right now.
Yep, Hazlitt definitely is the point leader right now for after the very first event.
Good start for the Hazlitt swimming program right now. First dual meet of the year.
The 200 freestyle is next. Swimming the 200 freestyle will be Teresa Bodwin, Jaeyoon Chung, Michelle Lefevre, and Amy Longabow.
Longbow.
Yep. The medley swimmers are now taking a cool down lap in the warm-up lanes after a good hard race right there.
Yep, which is another great accessory to the new pool. 3 separate lanes outside of competition for warming up and whatnot.
Yeah, it is really nice. Referees are setting up for the second event of tonight's dual meet, which is Hazlitt's first dual meet of the season.
And I do believe Easterns as well. I'm not quite sure on the background of that. But this is some great officiating. We've had this for the men's meets before, and it's just really, really well put together and everything.
Yeah, these guys have been doing it for a while, and they really know their stuff. So
Yeah, that's what's important.
good hands for the officiating wise.
Yep.
Hazlitt is ahead in the overall points, 15-3 right now after the first event.
A good
Should
decisive lead so far. That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
way to open up.
It's a good way to. It's a good strong opening.
One more time, results of the 200-yard medley relay for Hazlitt D. Seventh place,
And we've just been handed the list for the meet, the program.
Quakers with a time of
Oh, this has Lansing Eastern's swimmers also.
Oh, that is really, really great.
For the 200 medley relay, Lansing Eastern had swimming in lane 2, Casey Rosenquist, Amy Woodrow, Jasmine Weigel, and Tanya Parker.
second place, Hazlitt B with a time of
Lane 4, they had Maggie Scott, Melanie Hodman, Samantha Perez, Julia Lloyd. And in lane 6, they had Kelly Funk, Katie Secord, and Catherine Dunsmore. And now we are starting the 200-yard freestyle. First lane would be Amy Longabow for Hazlitt. Lane 2, Erin Gladding for Lansing Eastern. Lane 3, Jaeyoon Chung for Hazlitt. Lane 4, Julia Lloyd for Lansing Eastern. Lane 5, Teresa Bodwin Hazlitt. Lane 6, Kelly Funk, Lansing Eastern. Lane 7, Michelle Lefevre, Hazlitt. In lane 8, Catherine Dunsmore for Lansing Eastern.
Lane
For these swim meets, you really want to watch lanes 4 and 5. Those are the supposable fastest lanes, less drag from the other lanes. Usually where they put their 2 strongest swimmers to
Yes,
square off.
to get the most competition, to get the best times, to compete with each other.
Coaches always try and put equally timed swimmers against each other from opposing teams. That way they have someone to push themselves against.
Exactly, to get the optimum performance.
Makes for a good competition, and they're starting off right now.
And they're off. The divers, swimmers enter the water.
They look pretty even so far.
Good
in the
form. Yep,
first
they're all
25.
fairly even.
Teresa Bodwin is taking it well. She's got good rhythmic breathing going.
Yep, great form. Form and technique is absolutely key in this race. It's a very tiring race, very long.
Lane 3, Jaeyoon Chung, looks like she might be in the lead right now, but she looks like lane 7 also, which would be Michelle Lefevre, is right up there with her, with Teresa Bodwin looks like 3rd for right now.
Yep, Hazlitt swimmers are coming strong in the first 50
They
meters.
just on their first flip turn. They're on their second 50 meters.
Flip turns are an extremely hard part of the swimming problem that I always had.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Lot of skill.
lots of mental work, lots of skill, lots of technique, lots of practice time too.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have the repetitions in there to do well in a meet.
Oh yes, maybe
Mm.
not as much in this race,
Yeah.
but in the 50 and the 100, this could win it or lose it, so they say in
Oh, yeah.
other sporting events.
Jaeyoon Chung still in first, followed by Michelle Lefevre, also for Hazlitt. And in third right now is still Teresa Bodwin, doing well, finishing their first 100.
Yep, but they're pulling away from Eastern, which is absolutely important.
Oh, yeah. They just take it nice and slow, keeping a good steady pace, good breathing,
Yep, great
Good.
form still.
doing well. The coaches are trying to push them to maybe kick it up a little bit.
Yeah, you can tell the preseason was really good for them. The coaches like to work them hard so that by their first meet, they're physically fit for the
Oh, yeah, they're ready.
challenges.
They're
Yes.
ready for anything. It still has us in the lead after another flip turn. 125 done so far. Pulling away even farther from Lansing Eastern. Closest person would be lane 4 for Lansing Eastern, which is
Or lane 1.
Julia Lloyd. Oh, no, lane 1 is now coming up, which would be another Hazlitt swimmer, Amy Longabout.
Hazlitt is doing very well today. I'm
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really happy for them.
And it
Hurrah.
looks like Michelle Lefevre has actually passed Jaeyoon. Looks like Jaeyoon might be having some trouble keeping pace. Teresa Bowen's also passed her. It's now Jaeyoon Chung's in third. Michelle Lefevre
Michelle
in
Lefevre
first.
is really cooking right now. She's zooming. She really knows what she wants to win this race.
Oh, yeah. I hope I have the lanes right.
And that's the end of the race. Michelle Lefevre comes in first, followed by Teresa Bodwin and
And
Jaeyoon Chung.
Jaeyoon Chung takes third.
Fourth place, Amy Longabout.
Well, yeah, Hazlitt really swept this event. First, second, third, and fourth. Couldn't have done any better.
Yes, they're doing very, very well, which would put them even further ahead in the lead in points.
Some Lansing Eastern swimmers finishing up right now. They're still staying strong, doing well.
Yep, got to finish the race. Got to finish the race.
Oh, yeah. Pace is a big part of this race.
You don't want to push it too far. This is just the very beginning of the meet. Lots of these swimmers have other races yet to come.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them even before the diving. And the diving, they get like a 20-minute, 30-minute break.
Between events.
Yeah, between events to rest and stretch while the divers do their diving.
Speaking of diving, Hazlitt has one very good female diver that I know of, Sarah Morey. She dove for the men's team last year.
She was amazing, phenomenal.
Very talented diver.
Very, very talented. We're looking forward to seeing her today, and she's supposed to take the lead in this one unless Eastern has some surprises to pull out, maybe an Olympic or something of that sort, but
I don't know about Olympic.
maybe something close to that, but it's going to be interesting to find out. But we've got a ways to go for that one.
Yep. Now the next event would be the girls' 200-yard intramural relay.
This is quite the race. It involves mastering all the techniques to all 4 different strokes and combining them into
I believe it
200
goes.
yards. I wouldn't know. It might be
It's butterfly, backstroke, breast,
free.
and then freestyle.
Freestyle is the easiest and
Fastest stroke.
yeah, very, very fast. But it is also hard when you're going 50 meters and all out. be
Yeah.
very tiring on the body.
50 meters of each different swim stroke. So to be good at this, you have to be a well-rounded swimmer, good at everything.
Good at everything. Good flip turns, technique. Gotta have a good pace because the butterfly is an extremely hard stroke, and you definitely don't want to waste all of your energy on that one.
Yep, in lane 1, we have Gabi Seltzer for Hazlitt. Lane 2, Katie Secord for Lansing Eastern. Lane 3, Sarah McNamara for Hazlitt. Lane 4, Samantha Perez, Lansing Eastern. Lane 5, Mandy Middlewood, Hazlitt. Lane 6, Melanie Hodgman, Lansing Eastern. Lane 7, Angie Nichols for Hazlitt.
It's going to be a good race. Hazlitt should be able to do fairly well in this one. Again.
Hazlitt definitely has the lead in this dual meet so far after sweeping the 200-yard freestyle, getting
And
first, second, third, and
yep.
fourth.
It was 15-3 after the first race, and Hazlitt must have pulled away in the
Results of
first.
the 200-yard freestyle.
You should be getting points right now.
Place, Erin Gladding with Lansing Eastern.
All the girls over there on the opposite side of the swimmers where they start are all there for moral support to cheer them on and tell them how they're doing in the placings during the race, and if they need to push it or if they can slow it down a little bit because they have a nice easy lead.
They're basically there just to help them keep going.
Yep. Gives them motivation, some support, and it's really nice to see all these parents out here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tons of parents come out for the swimmies to support their children and their school and the program here.
It's a pretty new program we've got,
Yeah.
but
It's a good,
Very
strong program.
it's going to be a very strong program. The girls are excited after the 200-yard freestyle results.
Oh, yes.
You can hear them yelling and shouting.
Hooting and hollering, getting ready for the big meet, big race right here.
Get that adrenaline going for the next event.
Yep, if Hazlitt can place even just as well or even first and third, they can easily pull away and give themselves a nice little cushion, maybe for a room for error later in the race.
Put some of the new swimmers in if that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Let them get some experience.
Yeah, it's very important for the new swimmers to get experience because they're the future of the program.
Mandy Middlewood and Lane 7, Angie Nichols.
The referee blows the whistle.
It's all quiet.
It's all quiet, respecting the swimmers and the referee. We can't be heard, though.
Swimmers are stepping out onto the blocks,
Yep.
getting ready.
Toes to the line, bending over,
And
touching their toes.
and-
And they're in.
Some good dives off that.
Oh, some great entry. Yep,
Yep.
it is indeed the butterfly first,
They're taking it slow.
which is
It's pretty even. Lane
it looks pretty even between lanes
3 and 4, or maybe it's at 4 and 5.
4 and 5, and yep, 3 is also right behind them.
Yeah. 3, 4, and 5 are definitely in the lead right now. There's still about a body length
Yep.
apart between them.
Lane 3, Sarah McNamara is directly behind them, followed by Mandy Middlewood, who is currently in second place, and Sarah is in third for Hazlitt Swimming.
Samantha Perez is the one in lane 4. She seems to be the one doing quite well right now.
Oh yes, she's in the back. They're all in the backstroke right now. It's my race, or what I like to call my race sometimes. It's a fun race.
Yeah.
It's all right. Takes a lot of technique and
The turns are a lot harder for backstroke.
oh yeah,
Can't turn too soon. You get disqualified quite
Yep.
easily.
you got to use the flags. The flags. That's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
why the flag is there. Once you see the flag, you wait, say 3 or 4 strokes after, and then you have to have faith that you're in the right spot and literally just flip over and do the perfect flip turn. So a lot of hard work.
Yep. Looks like lane 4 is still in the lead, which would be Samantha Perez. She's under the breaststroke. Followed by
Amanda Middlewood, Mandy
And-
Middlewood, forgive me.
and it's Sarah McNamara in lane 3, also
Oh.
in third. Oh, and Mandy
Oh.
Middlewood is
Oh,
taking.
this just in. She's coming up ahead. This must be her stroke.
Oh yeah, she's taking Samantha Perez the first 25
Sarah
of the
Sarah
rest.
McNamara is slowly gaining ground. But, yep, Mandy Middlewood is indeed ahead after that flip turn.
Lane 5, Mandy Middlewood is in the lead now. Sarah McNamara still in third. Samantha Perez
Catching up,
following-
though, on that pullout. That was great
Oh,
form.
yep.
It'll be interesting to see the last 50 and see how this pulls out.
Mandy Middlewood now has about 2 bodies length between her and Samantha Perez. Looks like she's going to go on. Yep, she's onto her freestyle.
Yep, freestyle. This
Still
is
a good, strong lead. About half the pool's length now lead on Samantha Perez. Sarah McNamara still in third. Lane
She has a pretty
6.
she has a pretty decisive lead though
Yeah.
in third.
Melanie Hodman is catching up though in lane 6 for Lansing Eastern right now.
Oh, whoa! Didn't see that one.
It's about a.
Sarah's gonna have to pick it up a little bit. Or
Looks like she is in the freestyle. She knows what's going on. And yeah, Mandy Middlewood
Andy
is
Middlewood is going for first place
has
right now.
taking the lead and is gonna have first
in the
place in the
flags.
200-yard IM.
Yep.
There she finishes.
Has it takes yet another first place.
Mandy
This is
finishes with a time of
really
2:41. It's a good time. Samantha Perez finishes at 2:46
Sarah McNamara coming in right now
for third.
for third with a time of 2:56.34.
And after her, we have Melanie Hodman coming in for fourth place with a time of 3:02.9. And after her, it's a close one between lane 1 and 7 for fifth. And it looks like it will be Angie Nichols for Hazlitt with fifth place with a time of 3:13.
Followed by Gabby Seltzer with a time of 3:14. Oh, that was a close one.
That was a close one. 0.6 of a second between those two swimmers. That's the thing about swimming, though. You can have some really close races.
Oh, yes. I do remember the Okemos meet. We did have some close races. I lost my voice at that one. That
Yeah.
was
That was
an
some
event.
meet.
Oh, that was really amazing.
So the final standings for the 200-yard IM are in first place, Mandy Middlewood for Hazlitt. Second place, Samantha Perez for Lansing Eastern. Third place, Sarah McNamara for Hazlitt. Fourth place would be Melanie Hodman for Lansing Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth place, Angie Nichols for Hazlitt. Sixth place, Gabby Seltzer for Hazlitt. And seventh would be Katie Secord for Lansing Eastern.
Yet another good win for Hazlitt right there in that race. First and third. Good
First,
number of points.
third,
First,
fifth.
third, fifth. So,
all points.
yep, they're giving away some points a little bit, but that's acceptable. Room for error.
So it was just it wasn't a lot of room for error. It was just a good race. I mean, some of those girls have specialties like a stroke they're really good at.
Yeah.
They take the lead in, which is exactly what Mandy Middlewood did during the breaststroke. So
Yep,
she
during
got the lead. But
During the breast, and then right after the freestyle, which she was able to hold on to her newly grabbed the lead. Or
takes a lot of stamina to do that race.
it's a tough race.
Up next, we have the girls' 50-yard freestyle, which is definitely the fastest race tonight. So they put their power swimmers in the freestyle. In lane 1 will be Caitlin Steinke for Hazlitt. Lane 2, Dana McLeod for Lansing Eastern. Lane 3 will be Ashley Vance for Hazlitt. Lane 4 will be Cassie Rosenquist for Lansing Eastern. Lane 5, Sarah Veet for Hazlitt. Lane 6, Dakota Chase for Lansing Eastern. Lane 7, Beth Leiprant for Hazlitt. And lane 8, Kelly Wigington for Lansing Eastern. This is always a good race.
Oh, this is always a fast, very, very fast-paced race.
Lanes 4 and 5 will be usually your two fastest, strongest swimmers for each team. And from the roster, it looks like it's Casey Rosenquist and Sarah Veet will be facing off in lanes 4 and 5. Sarah Veet for Hazlitt, Casey Rosenquist for Lansing Eastern, getting their goggles ready. Their swim caps on.
Swim caps, very important. Many of these girls have very long hair, and that could definitely get in the way.
It's a lot
Slow
of
them-
drag.
Slow them down, drag, exactly. Aerodynamics, yeah.
Oh, looks like one of them had a little trouble getting on the block, so we're going to try that again. It'll be Beth Leiprant, so that little slip.
It's
On
all
the
right,
blocks,
acceptable.
taking their marks.
Oh, you had another error somewhere.
And these referees are very forgiving referees.
Yeah.
They're great high school
Very,
refs.
very understanding. They understand that there's some new girls here.
And they're off.
Oh, yep, they're off.
Sarah Veet staying underwater the longest. She's definitely in first place right now.
Yeah, staying underwater actually gives you the most aerodynamics. here.
Yeah, less drag when you're underwater. And that's the flip turn. They're already on their way back.
Ashley Vance
She's
is in
doing
second
well.
place, followed by Sarah Veet. And Sarah Veet directly ahead of her.
In first. Looks like Beth Leiprant's actually in third right now. Looks like Hazlitt might also sweep this event also. Yeah,
Yep.
Sarah Veit in first place with a time of 26.59. Ashley Vance in second with a time of 29.15.
Yep, Hazlitt does sweep it. Caitlin
Bet-
Steike takes fourth.
And Beth Leiprance in third with 29.91. And Steinke is in fourth with 32.88. Fifth would be Rosenquist for Lansing Eastern, 33.17. Sixth would be Wigington for Lansing Eastern, 37.07. Seventh would be Chase, also for Lansing Eastern, with a time of 37.27. And eighth place would be McLeod, also for Lansing Eastern, with a time of 43.57.
Good times for Hazlitt. Sweeping yet another
times.
race.
Sarah Veed is a sophomore.
Oh,
This
she'll be here
year.
for a while, helping out the program.
She's a very strong swimmer. She's been doing it, I believe, since she was little. A lot of experience, and it definitely showed in that race with a time of 26.59. It's very good for women.
Oh, that's very good, actually, for me. I would be kind of happy with that.
Yeah, she's definitely got a lot of talent.
That makes me feel bad. Wow.
Next event would be the 100-yard butterfly.
This is a rough race. Butterfly, arguably one of the.
Actually, it looks like they might be taking the lane lines down. Yeah, it is time for diving.
Oh, diving. Now the swimmers get to cool down and prepare for the races that come afterwards.
Second half of the meet. Diving's where teams can really take the lead, or some meets it even comes down to the diving of winning.
Yep, divers could score some big points to help out with the final score of the meet.
The divers have always been kind of on their own.
Results of the 50-yard freestyle.
Take something else to be a diver.
Oh yeah, takes lots of guts. It's
A lot of guts, a very high pain tolerance. For what you
very
do.
high pain tolerance.
I've seen some of those accidents.
I've had some rashes from some unfortunate landings, maybe,
Yeah,
and lots of discipline too. I remember seeing the divers and the men's team and the girls practicing, and they just keep going at it, getting the form down to tucks and twists.
looks like Beth Leiprant in the 50-yard freestyle, when she slipped off the blocks, might have hurt her foot, but it's nothing serious.
Nothing serious. She'll be back after the diving.
Yeah, they're taking down the flags right now for the divers.
Ashley Vance from Hazlitt with a time of 29:15. And in first place from Hazlitt with a winning time of 26:59.
Do we have the divers?
Do we have the divers list? I do not believe I have the divers list.
There will be a 15-minute general warm-up. After the lane lines are moved, swimmers will be in the far side of the dock.
15-minute warm-up for the divers, I believe.
The swimmers.
Swimmers, oh. I must have misheard that.
And we will be back at the end of the break to finish commentating. Until then.
Sayonara. Balls.
Sorry for the late start. We had some technical difficulties down in the sound booth, but we are back right now in the middle of the diving. Sarah Mori with 22.5, Katie Favor with a 19.5, and Emily Fongers with a 16.8 right now.
At the end of the first round, actually.
Oh, actually, yeah, she's not too late. It looks like
round 2 starting now.
they're waiting for somebody to. Looks like the referees are having some trouble communicating.
Maybe they don't have the divers list entirely completed.
I don't think they had the right dive down.
Well, I don't even see any Eastern divers. Maybe Eastern isn't participating in diving today.
Even if the other team doesn't have divers, they still need to have their divers dive so they can get A points and B chance to qualify for states.
Exactly. They should just have anyone dive.
Yeah. So it looks like our divers are competing within themselves tonight. So it is a sweep of the diving for us again. So
Hazlitt's looking very, very well today. It's going to be interesting to see if Eastern can even pull out of this deficit.
the second round, Sarah Mori for Hazlitt will be starting. She's definitely our strongest diver. She dove for the men's team actually last year. She's very talented.
She's getting ready. She's got her stance down. Approaches.
Taking the steps. And here she goes. Ooh, that looked very good.
That
slight,
looked professional.
slight splash, but that was
See
very
how-
well done.
We'll see how the judges score. There are 3 judges.
4 judges.
I only see 3. Oh, yep, 4 judges over there on the side.
Judges awards, 5.5, 4.5, 4.5.
5.5, 4.5, 4.5.
37.7.
So there's only 3.
That was a good. That was much better than the first dive though for Sarah.
Yeah.
Which means she's just going up and up and up today.
I believe with each dive,
1.6.
they increase the degree of difficulty, so more points to completing the dive.
Yeah.
And it's also a good way to push themselves. Complete silence when the divers are diving so they can keep their concentration so they don't hurt themselves. Ooh.
Good.
That was unfortunate. She didn't.
Good form. I'm not quite sure what needs to be fixed there. I'm not a diver per se,
Well,
but
Just the landing was bad.
yeah, the landing could have been a much better.
Well,
Approach the
I don't
water.
think it was a double rotation. She didn't have time to finish the last rotation because she didn't get enough up off the board.
Might not have tucked enough. I know tucking increases your spinning.
Yeah, but it was just more like airtime.
Oh, Katie Favier up right now.
She's also a
a junior.
gymnast diver.
Oh.
She is a junior, class of 2007.
Gymnasts tend to be great divers.
Oh yeah.
Really good with the form
She's
and the
doing
discipline.
a backwards dive of some sort.
Backwards
Ooh.
1.5. Ooh, wow. I thought that was excellent form.
Excellent. That was a very nice dive. Very scary dive, personally.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of accidents with dives like that.
Yes,
But
it's
she completed it, and
intimidating.
she scored 4.5, 6.
Award, 31.9.
Very,
31
very good score for
31.9.
Katie Favor.
I do believe that like the total dive total is accumulated by the degree of difficulty multiplied by the actual individual scores and then added together.
Yeah, something like that.
So Sarah Mori going again.
Sarah Mori at 60.2 points, Katie Favor at 51.4, and Emily at 32.0.
Emily Fongers, Chris Fongers' sibling, I believe.
Ooh.
Oh,
Sarah
perfect.
Mori with a very
nearly perfect.
difficult
Wow.
dive.
That looks
A
extremely
backwards
difficult.
1.5 with a pike.
I'm not quite sure what the SS means, but all I know is that looked difficult.
She scores 5, 5, 6.5.
For a total of 37.95. She is still in the lead right now, and she's moved up to 98.15.
That was a very hard dive. It'll be interesting to see what the other divers come up with to,
To battle that one out.
yeah. See if they can. Katie Favor still has a chance to get first.
Katie's got to step it up, though. It's going to be interesting.
This is Fongers diving. She just did a simple
Fonger. Yep.
straight back dive.
Yeah.
It's a good dive though.
Good
She-
form. Good form. Good
Definitely
entry.
a freshman diver.
She's got a lot of potential, though. We can already see this
Oh,
Judges awards,
in the young swimmers.
anyone who
total award,
wants to be a diver has the potential. I mean, you have to want it.
Oh, you have the desire has to be there.
Definitely.
I know I don't want to be a diver.
total award,
I tried it.
18.7.
Wasn't cut out for it. You could just say.
Katie
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's right. We'll drop that one.
2 somersault in the tuck
We are in
position.
the
And
third
Katie-
round.
Difficulty, 2.6.
Katie
Favor.
Favor is doing a forward dive with a double somersault
Yep.
tuck.
To close down the third round and go and move into the fourth,
She
hopefully.
does well with this. She might be able to take the lead from Sarah Mori. Ooh,
Ooh, that looked
that looked
good
good.
entry. Good entry.
Oh yeah.
Minimal splash.
I think her legs might have been a little more straight. She could have scored better. But yeah, it was a great dive.
Oh, but yep, good scores from the judges.
5, 4.5, 4.5.
31.9, and she's
Still behind.
slightly though. She's only by 15 right now.
No, she's only down by like 15.
15.
1.5 somersaults
Good
in the
math.
tuck position.
Yeah, math, strong suit maybe. I don't know. We'll figure out at the end of the term.
Counting.
Yeah, I gotta use my fingers next time.
And
Oh, that,
Sarah
yeah,
Mori with a
those
1.5 double
see
somersault pike. It looks like.
yeah those dives are just they look difficult. They do look difficult.
4, 4.5.
You have to applaud them for going out there and doing that.
Award,
Oh yeah, and the entire girls swim team over there supporting
Oh yeah.
the
We'll do
divers there.
302C, a reverse, 1 somersault in the tuck position.
And it seems that Eastern is actually warming up right now
1.6.
in the lap lanes over here on the other side of the dock, which is also quite the nifty little thing.
After
over
the
here.
diving, I believe it is the 100-yard butterfly coming up next.
Oh, that is quite the race. That's the butterfly.
And that would be Emily Fonger's diving. She did a reverse, just a reverse and a somersault tuck. Looks like.
Degree of difficulty 1.6. And her scores are waiting for the score booth to give us 3.5, 3 and 3 for a total of 15.2.
3.5, 3, 3. Total award 15.2. Katie will do dive 51.
For a first-year diver, she's not doing that bad at all.
Oh, I think she's doing excellent right now.
Definitely.
This being her first dual meet,
Especially since she's going up with two seasoned, very talented, also gymnasts, Sarah
Oh, yeah.
Morey and Carrie Faber.
Katie Faber.
So I said, let's say Kara. Ooh, that was a forward somersault, a twist, and a free.
I'm not quite sure what the free stands for, but degree of difficulty 1.9. But that did look stunning.
Awards, 5, 5, 5
She
and a
scores a
half.
5, 5, 5 and a half.
Very
29.45.
good. Good scores. Good scores. For Katie.
Katie Faber scores a 29.94 on that one.
32D. A forward, 1.5 somersault.
Still slightly behind Sarah Morey. Sarah Morey did pull away after that one.
Definitely. Sarah Moore, like I said, incredibly talented.
Incredibly talented.
Has the chance to go to states.
got
Definitely.
Great potential.
Ooh. Very
That-
difficult dive.
Wow.
She executed
Definitely
very
applause
well.
to that.
Definitely.
Excellent form. Good tucking.
That was a very good dive in
Yeah.
every aspect.
Wow. Great skill and everything. Great scores.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. 5.5, 6, 6.5.
Wow. That's just amazing for 39.6, which pulls her even more in the lead, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Emily Fonger's diving.
The true freshman over here.
Back dive, half twist.
Oh, yep.
Fairly simple dive, but a good dive for her to work
Oh, yeah.
with.
High degree of difficulty for a freshman, I'm sure.
And she's getting ready. Decent dive.
Fairly decent dive. Good job.
And like we said, she's still a beginner. Freshman year.
Lots of potential. 3 more years ahead of her, including the rest of this one.
Definitely. And she's got that will.
Katie will do dive 202A.
Katie Faber's up.
One somersault in the straight position.
It's a back somersault in the straight position. Fairly simple dive, if executed well, scores high.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, and that was a good execution.
Judges awards 5, 5, 5.5.
She scores 5, 5, 5.5 on that one.
3-5. Beginning the
Sarah
final
Morey
round,
again with
Sarah will
another
do
difficult dive.
With a 29-point lead right now.
1.5 somersault.
Like we said, these are all Hazlitt divers.
Degree of difficulty.
Emily Fonger's on deck.
They're on their 6th round.
Yep, on deck means the next diver. It's written down at the bottom part of your screen.
Ooh, that was very well done. Well executed.
Excellent form. She did very, very well in that dive.
She's a senior this year, and it's really showing with her skill she has,
Yep.
the detail she puts in.
She's very dedicated at practice, I'm sure. There's lots and lots of dedication to be a diver. You gotta just go at your dives and master them during practice, which I'm sure could become very, very frustrating.
Yeah, it's really frustrating because the way you learn your dives is you do it, and the coach just tells you what you did wrong.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You can't get mad because then you just have the factor to hurt yourself.
Yep,
Not
there-
paying
there's-
attention.
There's no way to be correct on the very first try.
Oh yeah.
Perfecting it
Ooh.
is absolutely necessary.
Another dive by Emily Fongers. Just a somersault with a pike. Some of the swimmers still warming up in the other 3 lanes.
Yep, preparing for the upcoming event.
Emily Fongers scores 2.22 in her dive for Total award of 9 points.
52-31 back, 1
Katie
and a half
Favor now
somersault,
up.
half twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 2.1.
This is a very difficult dive for Katie. It'll be interesting to see how she does.
Let's hope the best.
Definitely. You never want a diver to get hurt.
Oh no, that'd be tragic.
Ooh, looks like she did a very good
Oh,
job.
that looked excellent.
Looks like she, yeah.
Wow.
Interesting to see how she gets scored.
I think she'll score very highly on this one.
My guess is a lot of 6s.
5.5, 6, 6.5, I'm sure.
Judges awards, 4.5,
Ooh.
4.5, 4.
Ooh, 4.5, 4.5, 4.
57.3.
We were off a little bit, but
We were off a little bit, but
still, it looked really nice.
I thought it looked amazing. It looks so beautiful, the diving.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, it's
Of
really.
course, we have
quite a
absolutely
Yep, I'm not
no
entirely-
background in diving,
I have
but
no clue as to exactly what is mandatory that they do during the dives to possibly get
Oh, yeah,
DQ'd
or
or
what the-
score the optimum amount of points.
what the referees look for in a dive. But
I can
appears to
tell
be
if it's
diving's
beautiful.
over. Sarah Mori in first with a score of 205.7. Katie Faber in second with a score of 166.4. And Emily Fongers, the first-year diver, with a score of 86.6. It's a good overall dive for Hazlitt.
Yep.
Sarah
sweep it.
Mori is looking pretty promising. Well, of course, it's the sweep. Lansing Eastern had no divers tonight. They're a fairly small team. And the swimmers are getting ready to do the 100-yard butterfly, warming up, getting their caps back on, their goggles
Yep.
ready.
Practicing the technique and the flip turns and everything in the warm-up lanes. And
A couple of them showing off for the cameras.
yep, some of the Hazlitt girls are actually bringing out the lane markers again.
Lane lines.
Lane lines, lane markers. I do believe they might be synonymous with each other. I'm not entirely sure.
Me neither. Jaeyoon Chung, the freshman this year,
The
or
100
Jaeyoon,
butterfly will start just
very
as soon as
talented.
we have
Oh,
the lane
extreme
lines
talent.
ready
Lots
in
of
place.
potential.
Gonna be
by senior
interesting to
year.
see how she does. Definitely, she gets older and better.
Practices her technique over and over again throughout the seasons.
She might be one of those all-year swimmers. Does a lot of club swimming also.
Oh, lots of club swimming. Over the summer, there's even several
usually,
programs here.
usually the better swimmers, like the really talented ones, like Sarah Veit, they do a lot of club swimming all year long. They've
Yep.
been doing it since they were like 8 years old.
Lots and lots of that.
Very s-
Veterans to
yeah.
the swimming world.
Very few people can just jump in the pool and come out with really good times.
Oh, it's hard.
Takes a lot of repetition and fine-tuning your stroke.
Your technique and the flip turns are absolutely key to this.
Turns are one of the biggest things, since the pool is only 25 meters long,
Yes.
or 25 yards.
Yards.
It's yards. Meters the other way.
Meters is track maybe. I'm not quite sure.
No, the pool is 25 yards but 25 meters.
Ah, now we know.
Yes. So diving over there, getting ready to start back up.
Yep, getting the flags back out there
Results of
soon.
1 meter diving. In third place,
To
the,
assist the
uh,
backstrokers.
100-yard butterfly.
score of 86.6.
In lane 1 will be Stephanie Miller for Hazlitt. Lane 2, Katie Secord for Lansing Eastern. Lane 3, Hazlitt's very own Ashley Vance. Lane 4, Samantha Perez. Lane 5, Sarah Veit. Lane 6, Caroline Wilburn for Lansing Eastern. Lane 7, Beth Liprant for Hazlitt.
Hazlitt should do fairly well yet again in that one.
Oh yeah, Hazlitt has 4 swimmers to Lansing Eastern's 3.
Yes, Lansing Eastern seems to have a small team.
So there'll be a open lane 8 this one. Looks like Lansing Eastern just doesn't have 300-yard butterflyers. They are a small team. They might be saving some of their swimmers for other
races.
yeah, probably the relays coming up.
Saving their strengths, not wearing them out too much before that.
Oh yeah.
Though it is early in the year. Swim season goes on for actually quite some time from what I remember.
Yeah.
Several months, all the way up to the end of football season and right up to the guys' swim season, actually in the winter when it's cold out.
And Girls are getting ready, getting over there.
Lanes are getting prepared.
Yep.
Referees are regulating everything, of course. Swimmers still warming up.
And girls getting hyped up again, ready to swim, get that adrenaline going, that
Yep.
competitive spirit going,
For the sixth race,
cheering on their
actually.
teammates.
Event number 6 for the girls.
I'm sure Lansing Eastern is hoping to have some decisive victories here to try and
Shorten
Still
up
w-
that lead that the Hazlitt Vikings have, and maybe.
maybe try and make a comeback. Who knows?
Yep. That would be my goal if I were them. It's going to take a lot, though. Hazlitt
Yep.
has a lead now.
With the
especially
lead like this, Hazlitt's biggest thing is just to not really win as many, is just to not disqualify. Don't give
Oh,
Lansing Eastern the
yep.
ability to,
Don't make mistakes.
yeah.
This is not the time to make mistakes. And Hazlitt has to have a great lead by now after the diving. Totally sweeped it.
Oh, I imagine. And the flags are going back up, almost ready to start. The officiators getting in their respective positions.
One officiator over there on the dock, which is a pretty nifty little thing we have here at Hazlitt.
It takes up a whole lane, which is good since Hazlitt has like
What, that would be 12 lanes, I believe?
12 lanes.
Yep.
Separates the warm-up lanes from the actual
Competing
event.
lanes.
Yeah, competing lanes.
The dock is very stable too, which makes
Yeah.
it perfect. I've never actually seen a referee fall in, but I'm sure that would be quite the sight
Oh,
to see.
it's happened, but you don't see it a lot. Those guys, they've been doing it, especially these referees have been doing it for
They're-
such a long time.
Yep, they're veterans. They know exactly what they're doing in this event.
It's a novice mistake to falling off the raft.
Oh,
Any
yes.
referee will tell you that.
Oh, yes. It's just you probably get laughed at by many other referees across the nation.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm sure. Be an outrage.
Laughing
almost unacceptable.
stock of the referee world.
Oh yeah, going on those conventions. Referee conventions, zebras, I think they call them, zebra conventions.
I believe you are right.
Except our referees don't seem to wear stripes. I think that's a football and basketball thing.
Yeah, it appears to be more that swimming referees are just all white. I'm sure
More laid back, you know.
they have to deal with some extreme heat down there, though. It
Oh,
is
it
very
is.
humid and hot.
Oh, wow, it's roasting right now.
The pool is at about probably 78 degrees.
Something like that. Something
They
nice
usually
and
keep
refreshing.
it. They usually keep it kind of cool for the swim meets.
So the muscles don't get overworked or some optimal performance temperature. I'm not quite sure how it is, but nobody would want to swim in bathtub water. I'm sure
No,
that can't be good for your muscles.
cooler water just helps with keeping your body core cooled down,
It's good.
which
Just
then
important.
allows you to go faster because you don't have the fatigue from the heat.
Yep.
Got some celebrities here today. 50 Cent is actually here watching us
Oh, I
swim.
must have missed it. I think I was down there talking to Usher, maybe. I don't know. I think we had a halftime
Yeah.
performance today.
We did have a halftime performance performed by the one and only 50 Cent and Usher, who are both here.
Not a combination, I do agree, but
They really had quite the show. No wardrobe
Oh.
malfunctions.
no wardrobe malfunctions. Here at TV25, we're extremely efficient.
Oh yeah, family-oriented programming. And we're ready to start.
And we're ready to start the second half after the diving.
The 100-yard butterfly.
Yep.
Let me
Number
just go
6.
over who's swimming again. Lane 1, Stephanie Miller for Hazlitt. Lane 2, Katie Secord, Lansing Eastern. Lane 3, Ashley Vance, Hazlitt. Lane 4, Samantha Perez, Lansing Eastern. Lane 5, Sarah Veit, Hazlitt. Lane 6, Caroline Wilburn, Lansing Eastern. And Lane 7, Beth Lybrand, Hazlitt.
And they're off. Good entry, good entry. The butterfly does require a lot of
Oh,
form
a
and
lot of pectoral
discipline.
strength.
Oh, wow. It's
And breathing, too.
in technique. It's all about the kicking. If you don't get the kicking done, you're not going to be able to get your arms back out of the water, which would probably be the worst nightmare right now. in
And
this
looks
situation.
like the Samantha Perez in the lead right now. I believe that's her.
in lane 5. Yeah.
Lane 5 would actually be Sarah Veit for Hazlitt. She is a sophomore. She's very talented. Samantha Perez, and looks like second or third right now. She's in a close race with whoever's in lane 3, which would be Ashley Vance for Hazlitt. But Samantha Perez looks like to be having about a 2-foot lead on Ashley Vance.
And is pulling away now after that flip turn.
Oh, yeah. Sarah Vite with a decisive lead, about half a pool length. Looks like she's going to coast to victory here. No doubt about that. Samantha Perez looks like she's staying strong in second. They're coming up on the finish. Samantha Perez still staying in the lead. Yep, Samantha Perez is going to finish in second. Ashley Vance is going to take third.
Yep. Good times, everybody.
Looks like lane 1 for Hazlitt would be Stephanie Miller, takes fourth. Then fifth would be Wilburn, Caroline Wilburn for Lansing Eastern. Sixth would be Beth Leiprant for Hazlitt. And seventh is Katie Secord for Lansing Eastern, and she is just finishing right now with a time of 1:41.20.
Yet another good race for Hazlitt. They seem to be holding on to the lead.
For their first dual meet, Hazlitt is doing extremely well.
Oh, yeah, they'll have a great season, I'm sure of it.
And even the times the girls are putting up are really good for your first meet.
Oh, yeah. We can even expect these times to get smaller and smaller as the season goes on and
Oh,
they
yeah.
perfect their technique even more.
Shave away at those seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Next event on the list is the 100-yard freestyle.
Results of the 100-yard butterfly. In 7th place, Katie Secord from Lansing
The
Eastern.
girls, the Hazlitt girls are really excited about
In 6th
their
place,
wins in that one, especially Sarah Vite with first place.
Oh, yeah, she did great.
She won by about 6 seconds, it looks like.
Decisive win.
Oh, yeah. Great time for her. She's quite a strong swimmer.
Hazlitt with a time of 1:22.62. In 3rd place, Ashley Vance from Hazlitt with a time of 1:19.35.
Yep, and now for the 100-yard freestyle.
Second place is Samantha Perez with
Lane
Lansing
1,
Eastern.
Cammie Thornton for Hazlitt.
49.
Lane 2, Dakota Chase, Lansing Eastern. Lane 3, Sarah McNamara, Hazlitt. Lane 4, Maggie Scott, Lansing Eastern. Lane 5, Danielle Simmons, Hazlitt. Lane 6, Amy Woodrow, Lansing Eastern. Lane 7, Tiffany Morrow, Hazlitt. And Lane 8, Molly Gardner for Lansing Eastern. They're all ready behind their blocks, waiting for the start of the race. Once again, it is the 100-yard freestyle.
This is another one of those races where it takes a lot of form and
You have to have a quick pace, but you also have to keep that pace, which is
you got to be physically fit for this race.
it's hard because a lot of the girls get excited by their other team or whoever's swimming next to them, and they go too fast in the beginning, and
They can blow it.
they burn out at the end. They're on their blocks, they're in their positions, and they're off.
Yep. Another successful dive off with no problems.
Yep.
Had a good day
Yep.
so far for
And the
that.
girls are just taking it slowly. No real burst of speed from anybody. They're all just keeping a good
Yep.
pace.
They're all kind of clustered together.
Looks like lane 5 is again in the lead, which would be Danielle Simmons for Hazlitt. Followed by lane 3, Sarah McNamara, and then close would be lane 4 for Lansing Eastern, Maggie Scott. Those are the 3 top swimmers. Looks like Sarah McNamara might actually be taking over Danielle Simmons for first.
Wow.
It's a really it's a close race between those two. There's about
Maybe
a
2 feet.
2 feet between them.
They're definitely right neck and neck with each other right now.
Yep.
It might be this flip turn that does it.
Well, they got another.
Oh, they're still even.
They still got about 100 yards to go. Or, yeah, 100 yards. 50 yards to go.
50 yards. This is only the 100-yard.
Yeah. And it looks like it will be Danielle Simmons for first. Sarah McNamara second.
Good for her.
Danielle Simmons is going to finish in fourth. So she was beat out at the very end by Cammie Thornton for Hazlitt, who finished third.
Hazlitt takes first, second, and third.
Oh, yeah. Maggie Scott is actually in fourth. Danielle Simmons with a good win right there.
Oh, great win.
And that is the end of that race.
It was a good race. Hazlitt performed excellent as well.
Next is the girls' 500-yard freestyle. This is like
Oh, wow.
the marathon of swimming.
Lots and lots of endurance, and can't go too fast, but you got to go just fast enough to.
The
where you
500
are.
is 20 lengths of the pool. The swimmers all have a counter at the end of their lanes, actually, so they don't lose track. I mean, this race is all about pace and stamina.
Oh, yes. Pace is very important.
Oh
You
yeah.
got to stay up there with the leader, or if you already are the leader, you got to keep your first place. All
Yeah,
the
but
way
you
up to
don't
the
you
end.
don't want to get overexcited and go really fast for, like, let's say the first
Oh, yeah, because then
8 or so, and then burn out and lose it. I mean, it's always
Yeah.
disappointing when that
they can
happens.
sneak up on you towards the end of the race, the last maybe 100 or so. Just suddenly start pulling up behind you, and you might not have anything else to give.
As the swimmers get their counters down at the other end of the pool to count for them.
And it'd be really stressful, I'm sure, to have to count and swim such a long race.
Just be so much room for mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Girls would finish early, they'd finish late.
Oh, that'd be
You
disappointing, I'm sure.
You could not do this race without counters.
Yeah. So, round of applause for the counters. Bravo.
Fifth place, Amy Woodrow, Lansing Eastern, in a time of 1:18.90.
Just for like a school record for the 500 freestyle for girls is 5 minutes and 12 seconds. So,
Wow. That is really amazing.
and that is an extremely fast pace.
Even better than the
That's-
Class A and Class B state
That's
cut.
that's 14 seconds faster than what it takes to make it to states. So
For
I mean,
Class A even. So,
that kind of record is impressive. You don't see that kind of time every day.
oh, yeah. That's maybe
And-
once a year, even if
No.
that. No, rarely.
That's like once a decade you see a swimmer like that.
Lots of new pool records, though. This is a new pool.
Oh yeah. So lane 1 we have Cammie Thornton Hazlitt. Lane 2 Dakota Chase Lansing Eastern. Lane 3. I'm sorry, that was the 100-yard freestyle. The 500 would be lane 1 Sarah Van Maley Hazlitt. Lane 2 Catherine Dunsmore Lansing Eastern. Lane 3 Caitlin Steinke Hazlitt. Lane 4 Caroline Wilburn Lansing Eastern. Lane 5 Mandy Middlewood Hazlitt. Lane 6 Jasmine Weagle for Lansing Eastern. Lane 7 Teresa Bodwin Hazlitt. And lane 8 Tanya Parker.
Oh, this is going to be
Lansing-
an interesting long race.
Oh yeah, Lansing Eastern is the full 4 swimmers in this one.
This is a long, frustrating race, I'm sure. I have never actually raced it. I know people who have, and they tell me it is really something.
It is very difficult. And they're off. You won't see a lot of speed in this race.
Not a lot of speed, but like a nice steady pace, which swimmers
They're all
maintain
pretty
the
even
entire
right
time.
now, but that will change as
Lanes
sooner
4
they
and
go.
5's just still kind of ahead, but Teresa Bodwin right
3,
behind him
4,
in lane
5, 6, 7. Yeah, it looks like lanes 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all neck and neck right now. Looks like lane 5 is actually in the lead, followed by lane 4. Lane
7.
2 and 7 are tied.
Yeah,
Lane-
Teresa's slowly pulling up, though. Maybe even to second after this flip turn. Excellent flip turn by Teresa Bodwin.
Yep. Mandy Middlewood for Hazlitt is in first right now.
She's an excellent swimmer. Teresa Bodwin, though, coming
Is
up on
it
second
is
place.
in second. Also a Hazlitt swimmer.
She's got a good pace going, good breathing.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of race left though.
Oh, yes, lots of race. Well, this is the only first 100, I believe.
It looks like a Lansing Eastern swimmer is having some difficulty. Might have lost her goggles.
Oh, that is indeed
That is always a
the
difficult
worst
thing,
nightmare.
especially for a race like the 500.
Oh, such a long race.
She's not quitting though, which is very good. She's
Good for her.
Oh yeah,
Way to be a trooper about it.
yeah.
That's really disappointing, though, to see that happen to someone.
Oh yeah. The fact that she's going to keep going is very admirable.
Oh, it says a lot about her character, I'm sure.
And if you're wondering who's in the lead right now, it is still Mandy Middlewood,
Followed by Teresa Bodwin and the Eastern swimmer in the fourth lane, which is
which would be Caroline Wilburn for Lansing Eastern. Caroline Wilburn's got a great pace going. She's not really concerned about who's
Taking
in
the
front
lead
of her.
right
She's
now.
just worried more about finishing the race. Having a strong finish, looks like. She is catching up on Teresa Bodwin, though.
Slowly but surely. So Teresa Bodwin's going to have to keep this pace
We're
through the rest of the race at least.
Oh, yeah, we're 2 minutes and about 20 seconds into the race. A lot of the girls have finished about 5 lengths to the pool, at least, some more than that.
5 or 7, it seems.
Yeah. Good. Mandy Middlewood, her lead girls with every length. She really, really is.
She's an excellent swimmer.
She's excellent stamina. I mean, she is really pulling away in this one.
She's really.
Teresa
she's
Bodwin
excellent.
also in second place,
Oh, wow.
about quarter length of a pool lead.
She's keeping her lead.
Maggie Scott is in third right now still. Three minutes and 15 seconds into the race.
Appears that the swimmer in lane 8 has
Looks
having
like
some
she-
difficulty. I'm not quite sure what it is, but
I don't know. She does not look well.
let's hope that she's all right.
Yeah, she might be. She might be stopping. I don't know. She's the one who looks like lost her goggles.
Goggles fell off.
Whether she wasn't swimming with them, but she does not seem to be doing well. She's talking to her coach right now. Looks like she's trying to catch her breath. Mandy is still in the lead.
Decisive lead even. Wow. She's got about half the pool's length right now ahead of her. Teresa Bowden behind her, followed by lane 4, Caroline Wilburn.
Caroline Wilburn.
From Lansing Eastern.
Looks like Mandy Middlewood might actually be lapping Jasmine Weigel for Lansing Eastern.
Wow. Impressive, though. Yep.
That just shows how strong of a swimmer. Because, I mean, Jasmine's not even. It's not like she's incredibly slow or anything at all. It's just
Yeah,
Mandy.
she's got a good pace, but Mandy really
Mandy
is
is
in top shape right now.
She's really strong. Like, this must be her specialty. She's got a great rhythm going, great form. Her flip turns have all been excellent.
Oh, yeah, she did great in the 200-yard IM, so my guess would be that she's got extremely high endurance for these sort of races.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we might not see her in the 50, but she is definitely doing excellent in the 200 and the 500.
4 minutes. Actually, about 5 minutes
Now
into
5
the race
minutes.
now. The Mandy, who was in first, has finished 15 lengths. 5 more to go. She's still going strong. Looks like the swimmer in lane 8 did stop swimming.
Yep, lane 8 is now open.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, that's
It's always disappointing to see a swimmer.
Teresa
Ooh.
Bottom now has lapped the Lansing Eastern swimmer in lane 6, which is Jasmine Weigel from Lansing Eastern. So Teresa Bottom, yeah, another great swimmer. She's only a junior, so she'll be returning next year, hopefully, to help lead the team.
Oh yeah, Teresa Bowden's an avid swimmer. She loves the sport.
Oh, yeah. She loves water polo, too, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, anything water. Teresa's.
Oh, yes.
She really enjoys it. Mandy Middlewood still in the lead.
That's
She's
good.
finished 17
Oh.
lengths.
Last lap or
The horn blows. I believe it is the last 50.
for Mandy Middlewood. Impressive. Wow.
6 minutes into the race. Yep.
Teresa Bodwin's still in second place. Coming up on her last 50, I believe.
Mandy Middlewood's on her last 25 and looks like she is actually picking up the pace.
Yet she also has a full pool's length ahead of her from Teresa Bodwin is in second place, who's also a hazard swimmer, so no worries for her.
Oh yeah, she is really. Mandy Middlewood really performed well.
Mandy Middlewood takes first. Teresa Bodwin in her last
Mandy
25.
Middlewood takes first. The time is 6 minutes 35 seconds.
Wow, that's impressive.
.59. Looks like Teresa Bodwin will be getting second place.
And the and the Lansing Eastern swimmer Caroline Wilburn
Takes third.
takes third for Lansing Eastern, giving them yet some more points.
Oh yeah. 7 minutes into the race now. So all the swimmers are almost done. On about their last 50.
About 4 left over. Swimming is indeed a tough sport, though. It
Oh,
demands
yeah.
a lot of your body.
I mean, it's
Lots of rest. Good eating.
it's a
Eating
lot
is
of
very
it's
important.
exercise without the breathing you get in other sports. You can't just breathe. It's all controlled breathing,
Oh,
which
it's
brings a whole mental factor to it that you don't see in other sports.
exactly great cardio workout.
It's also
for-
better on your joints for
much
some
better than
people.
football.
Like
or
let's say
wrestling.
someone has arthritis, usually they're able to still swim without as much trouble.
Yeah. I see swimmers at the YMCA and here at the high school who are maybe even disabled and are actually still swimming because it's good for your body.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
good
great.
for your lungs, as Maddox swim a lot, from what I understand.
And finishing up so far, Mandy Middlewood in first, Teresa Bodwin in second. Caroline Wilburn in third. Caitlin Steinke in fourth.
Jasmine Weigel in 5th place for Lansing Eastern.
Sarah Van Maley takes sixth for Hazlitt.
And the Lansing Eastern swimmer, Catherine Dunsmore, is
Default seventh because they're
finishing right now. She's the last swimmer.
their lane 8 swimmer, who was Tanya Parker,
Whose
had
goggles fell off.
her goggles fell off, but she didn't swim with them. But something happened; she wasn't able to finish the race, so that's really too bad. But
Yeah, it's all right then.
they're
She'll be back in
finishing
the
right
next
now,
meet, I'm sure.
and the longest race is over. Another good
Total run time of
8 minutes.
over 8.5 minutes. It's a long race.
It's long,
Demands a lot on your
long,
body right
grueling,
there. Wow.
grueling race. Next is the 200-yard freestyle relay. This is always a very fast event.
Oh, fast pace,
Each-
good.
Teams of 4, each person swims a 50. Lane 1 for Hazlitt will be Lauren Warshaw. Lane 2, Megan Howd.
Second swimmer.
Lane 1, first swimmer Lauren Warsaw. Second swimmer Megan Howd. Third would be Ashley Slawhack. And fourth, Tiffany Morrow. Lane 2 for Lansing Eastern, their first swimmer is Dana McLeod. Second swimmer, Kelly Wigington. Third, Allison Lux, and their anchor is Molly Gardner. Lane 3 for Hazlitt starts off with Michelle Lefevre. Second is Sarah Calandria. Lane 3, Cammie Thornton. Lane 4, Jaeyoon Chung. Lane 4, Kelly Funk will be leading off. Second swimmer, Julia Lloyd. Third swimmer, Katie Secord, and their anchor is Caroline Wilburn. Lane 5 is Hazlitt. First swimmer is Stephanie Miller. The second is Beth Leiprant. The third is Ashley Vanson. The fourth is Mandy Middlewood. Lane 5 will be one of the teams to watch for Hazlitt.
Yep, lane 5 and 4. The strongest swimmers normally towards the end, and
Oh yeah, usually you have your 2 fastest swimmers as your start and your anchor.
yep, the anchor has to be able to pull through in case there's some odd reason behind.
Lane 6 for Lansing Eastern is Shrondell Surbeck. Their second swimmer is Dakota Chase, and their third is Erin Gladding. Lane 7 for Hazlitt is Gabi Salzer, Amy Longabow, Sarah Van Maley, and Teresa Bodwin. Those are the relays for the 200-yard freestyle relay. Should be a good race.
Oh, yep.
Results of
Very,
the
very important to get the good starts
The
and
2A relays are in lanes 4 and 5. Those are the ones you want to watch. Those should be the 2 closest.
in 7th place.
this will be interesting.
Oh yeah, this is the one where a lot of the timing is really critical on your entry.
And then your
Just be-
flip turns and
Just your entry, because you can't leave before your, like, let's say you're third or second or even fourth. You can't leave before the person ahead of you touches the the wall.
touches the timer wall.
Yeah, the timing spot,
Touch
the
sensitive
pad.
wall.
If you leave before then, you are disqualified. Your entire relay is actually disqualified.
Yes.
And
it's a
relays are,
disappointment.
they are the relays are where you get most of your points. So
But
It's-
only one of your relay teams, I believe, can score. Is that right?
no, I believe it's 2.
2?
Time of 6:35.1.
Yep.
Mandy Middlewood.
Hazlitt's excited about their 500 freestyle times. Cheering those on right now.
In
Mandy Middlewood, who just finished the 500, is actually now in the freestyle relay in Hazlitt's A relay. She's the anchor, which just shows how strong of a swimmer she is.
It's really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Takes a lot out of you to swim back to back, all out, trying your best.
She's definitely got some serious stamina.
Lauren Warshaw, Megan Howard, Ashley Schlottek, and Tiffany Morrow. In lane 3.
And then almost ready to start.
Andrea, Tammy Thornton.
They're
Teams-
just listing off the names.
Teams are getting hyped up, ready to go.
And Ashley Manson, Mandy Middlewood, and in lane
It's always an
7,
exciting race.
Dottie Seltzer,
Oh,
and
yes.
Amy Long.
Very, very fast paced.
A lot of fun, fast paced. Great camaraderie right here. And the lead swimmers are up, ready to start.
Referees announcing the race.
Each swimmer will swim a 50, as I said earlier.
There and back. And then the following swimmer will dive off the dive off the starting block as soon as
It's actually a different start for the second, third, and fourth swimmers.
that
They
seems
don't
a
have to
much
touch
more
the block. It's more of a
freestyle type start.
it's a relay start. They don't have to go down. They can swing with their arms to get momentum to actually reach out further, and they're off. Looks like Hazlitt's A relay is in the lead right now, which would be Stephanie Miller, followed by Lansing Eastern's Kelly Funk, and then third Michelle Lefevre. Looks like Hazlitt's relay in lane 3 is even with Lansing Eastern's A relay, which is impressive.
Wow.
It's very close between those. Stephanie Miller with a very good lead right now. They've got their second swimmer in for Hazlitt. Lanes 3 and 4, though. Lansing Eastern in lane 4, Hazlitt lane 3. That's a very close race right now. They are neck and neck, literally. Lane 5 for Hazlitt is in the lead by about half of Pool's length. They are really, really flying right now.
This is one of my favorite races.
It is
Always,
a great
always
one.
a close match between
Lane,
two lanes right next to each
oh
other.
yeah, lanes 3 and 4 are still neck and neck right now.
Constantly competing because they can see each other literally.
Oh, yeah.
They're
And the
setting their
The,
pace,
the people on the blocks are watching too.
knowing how much further they have to go and
Yeah.
how hard they actually have to push it, which they
Looks
should be
like-
pushing 100%.
Looks like Hazlitt in lane 3 might be finally taking over lane 4's Lansing Eastern A relay.
Which is good to hear.
It's always good to hear. Hazlitt's lane 5 relay is really flying.
I do believe they just elapsed lane 6. I'm not quite sure.
I'm
pretty positive that they just did.
Oh yeah. Lane 5 is very talented. They're on their anchor swimmer, I believe.
Mandy Middlewood. I'm
Mandy
sure.
Middlewood.
Yep. Sure enough.
Yep.
She is really an amazing swimmer.
It's about a minute 45 into the race, and Hazlitt's about done with their first one. Hazlitt's taking the lead in lane 3 over Lansing Eastern's lane 4A relay. This looks like Jayun Chung is in the water right now for Hazlitt in lane 3. She's really having a good race.
Yep, a good solid freshman. Lots and lots
Oh,
of
yeah.
potential, like we've been saying.
And yeah, it looks like Jayun anchors it and gets it.
Good job, Hazlitt.
So Hazlitt gets first and second in the relays. And I believe only 2 relay teams score, so that's a very good finish for Hazlitt.
That's an excellent finish for them. Scoring points, very important.
It's all about the points.
In the end, it is.
The Hazlitt's lane 7 is finished in 4th. So Hazlitt's relays finish in 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Lansing Easterns will finish in 3rd, 6th, and 7th. They had one in the top 3, which is probably good for Lansing Eastern. I'm not really sure.
Scoring some points, I do believe.
Oh yeah, that definitely, your top 2 relays scored points, so they could get 8th, they'd still get a point.
Mm-hmm.
Good race by Hazlitt though.
Hazlitt did very well.
It's a good sweep for Hazlitt. The next event is the 100-yard backstroke.
Oh, this is one of my favorite races, actually.
It's always a good race.
It's always interesting to watch.
Yep.
And again, the flip turns are extremely hard.
Oh,
You're on your back. You can't even
That-
see the wall that you're coming towards.
that and let's say you've got someone in the lane next to you who might be a little bit ahead of you, and you're
it's-
right by his feet, and he's kicking. You'll get waves over in your lane, which
Oh,
go
it's-
over into your face.
It's hard. It really is hard to.
Yeah,
And it's also hard to tell where you are. Like, you can't just look over your shoulder and say, "Oh, look, the guy next to
Yeah.
me is right next to me." It's hard to judge where you are.
sometimes I've seen swimmers actually get disoriented off the turns.
Oh, it's very disorienting coming up on your back and pushing off like that. But the teammates normally on your push-offs are right there on the side of the wall to let you know how much further you have to go. At least that's what I remember.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure that the girls might do something like that.
I'm sure they do. There's not a lot of difference between men's and
Oh,
women's
yeah.
swimming.
Both teams support each other excellently coming out to
Oh,
watch each other. I see lots of men's swimmers over here.
Oh yeah, a lot of men's swimmers are over there
Yep.
timing and just
Timing,
helping out.
supporting, and
Me and Gabi are both actual men's swimmers
men's
also.
swimmers here doing the commentating for the girls.
Yep.
Helping them out. And TV25 at the same time. A big bonus.
Future NFL commentators, by the way.
Oh, this is true. John Madden has nothing on me.
Yep. So we're about to start the 100-yard backstroke. Lane 1, Michelle Lefevre, Hazlitt. Lane 2, Julia Lloyd, Lansing Eastern. Lane 3,
And the scores are written actually. Hazlitt's up 171 to 57.
Hazlitt is
Dominating.
dominating,
Lansing
has
Eastern.
about 3 times Lansing Eastern's score. Back to the 100-yard backstroke. I'll start over. Lane 1, Michelle Lefevre for Hazlitt. Lane 2, Julia Lloyd, Lansing Eastern. Lane 3, Angie Nichols, Hazlitt. Lane 4, Maggie Scott, Lansing Eastern. Lane 5, Danielle Simmons, Hazlitt. Lane 6, Jasmine Weigel for Lansing Eastern. Lane 7, Chelsea Walker for Hazlitt. And Lane 8, Kelly Funk for Lansing Eastern. And they're about to start.
The backstroke
start
is
Actually, you have to go into the water
extremely
first.
unique.
Oh, yeah.
You plant your toes right up there at the edge of the water line, and then you actually pull your body out of the water.
It's quite an interesting stroke.
Lucas Arricchio last year had an
Yeah.
excellent backstroke start, almost perfect.
Lucas was a senior last year for the men's team. Very
Went to
talented.
States. Went to States and competed.
He's one of those all your life swimmers.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
like Hazlitt's lane 5, which would be Danielle Simmons is in first, followed by Hazlitt's lane 3, which would be Angie Nichols.
And has its lane 7, I do believe, which is
Lane 7 is Chelsea Walker. Yeah, backstroke's always a good race. It's actually the second fastest stroke,
the fastest would be freestyle.
and then it goes butterfly. Breaststroke is the slowest.
But requires a lot of physical strength as well, and technique, as all of these strokes do.
To be good at any stroke, it requires a lot of technique.
Oh, lots of practice time.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of practice. They swim miles during practice in all
Dan-
these strokes.
Yeah. The coaches like to average about 2 miles a day swimming. Danielle Simmons just finished already
Wow.
with a time of
Excellent time.
1:13.78. It's a very good time for her.
Very solid time.
We've got a couple girls neck and neck right now.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting
Wow.
to see.
Second, third, and fourth.
Oh,
We're all very
Lane-
close.
Yeah, lane 2 gets second place, which would be Julia Lloyd for Lansing Eastern with a time of 1:27.14. Angie Nichols in lane 3 takes third with 1:27.20.
Wow.
0.06 of a second right there. Lane 4, which would be Maggie Scott for Lansing Eastern, takes fourth with a time of 1:27.29.
Extremely close finish. from
In
second,
fifth
third,
place,
and
it'd be Michelle Lefevre for Hazlitt with a time of 1:28.69. In sixth place would be lane 7, Chelsea Walker for Hazlitt. In seventh place would be Kelly Funk for Lansing Eastern with a time of 1:36.08. And in eighth place would be Jasmine Weigel for Lansing Eastern with a time of 1:38.33. But yeah, second, third, and fourth are some very close times.
Wow, extremely close. All within like.
Those are always the good. The close races are always the good ones.
Oh yes.
When it comes down to the final stretch for the touch.
Oh yeah. The touch on the backstroke is also hard. You can't see where the wall is. You just kind of
I've
your
actually
arm out there.
seen a guy who didn't know how close the water was and broke a finger going for it once, which was interesting.
Oh wow. Do not recall that.
The next event is the girls 100-yard breaststroke, which was my favorite race.
Angie Nichols from Hazlet with
It
a
still
time of
is.
127.2. Second place, Julia Lloyd from Lansing
Hazlet
Eastern
is
with a
probably
time
now
of
even more in the lead for this
127.14. And in first place from Hazlet
dual
with a
meet.
winning time of
I'm pretty sure they have this meet
113.78.
anchored. I don't think there's a way they could possibly lose, which is
I don't think there is a way, even if they did sweep the following races. Hazlet is pretty set in this race, in this meet.
always a good feeling, especially since the first dual meet.
Coach has got to be happy.
It's always a good start, 1-0.
Yep, his team came out today and they performed excellently. The divers, the
Not
first
over
race, the
yet.
swimmers.
Hopefully they'll be able to keep this kind of momentum for the rest of the year, though.
Oh, yeah, it's good going in with the first dual meet like this.
Stephanie Miller and
They will only get better after this.
Oh yeah, be interesting to see how they do against some of the more competitive with swimming schools.
Swimming schools. I think Grand Ledge is also good in the girls.
Grand Ledge, I believe Okemos is very
Okemos has
talented.
always had a predominant
Williamston's
swim team.
girls team, I'm not sure how they are. They used to have a very, they used to
Their
be,
guys swim team.
they used to be the best men's team. For the 100-yard breaststroke, lane 1, Ashley Schlauhack, Hazlet. Lane 2, Amy Woodrow, Lansing Eastern. Lane 3, Sarah Calandria, Hazlet. Lane 4, Melanie Hodman, Lansing Eastern. Lane 5, Stephanie Miller, Hazlet. Lane 6, Tina Panasididi, Lansing Eastern. 7, Gabi Seltzer, Hazlet. And lane 8, Shondell Surbeck, Lansing Eastern. The girls are getting ready to go right now.
You're gonna have a strong pull out once they go through
Oh
the
yeah,
water.
breaststroke really works your forearms and your legs.
And your pecs.
Oh
Your
yeah,
pectorals or chest muscles.
it's a great race. And they're about to start right now. Another key to this race is also pace. I remember a couple times during my freshman year, I'd get overzealous and burn out with another 25 to go and lose it, which is always frustrating.
Disappointing even.
And they're off. The thing with breaststroke is you can have an extremely long underwater pullout. You're allowed actually a one stroke underwater,
To get you as far underwater as
which
you can.
means you don't have as much drag. It's really that's where you
That's
want to.
key.
Yeah, that's where you can win a race right there or lose it.
It's the same thing for after the flip turn.
Yep.
They're clearly going twice the distance past the flags.
Almost halfway through the pool on their push turns. Stephanie Miller seems to be in first right now.
Yes, those pullouts save a lot of energy. For
I actually know that
swimmers
is
as well.
Danielle Simmons. I'm sorry about that. Danielle Simmons is in first. Angie Nichols in third. Followed by lane 4, Maggie Scott, Lansing Eastern. And yeah, Danielle Simmons has quite a lead on Lansing Eastern. Looks like Danielle Simmons, lane 5. She has the lead still. I'm sorry, Stephanie Miller.
Just a minor error on our roster sheet over here.
Yeah.
Made
Stephanie
it
Miller in
correct.
the lead. Sarah Calandria in second.
Followed by
Stephanie Miller finishes with a time of 119.30. That's an incredibly good time for her.
that is an amazing time.
Breaking 120 this early in the season's a great feat.
It's a good sign for
She'll
stuff
be
to come.
pretty strong when it comes around to leagues. Stephanie Miller finishes in first. Calandria finishes in second. Hodman in third. Vanessa Edie in fourth. Seltzer in 5. It looks like Schlauhack will be taking 7th. Woodrow took 6th. And Surbeck is finishing in 8th. She's just finishing up now.
Yep,
Next
Hazlet
event-
just get another win here.
The final event right now coming up is the 400-yard freestyle relay. Each person swims 100. This is a difficult race.
Well, it is the last race. Very important last race.
Yeah,
Lots of points scored in these relays here.
relays are where you get most of your points. And Lane 1 for Hazlitt. First swimmer, Sarah Van Mealy. Second swimmer, Amy Longabow. Third swimmer, Tiffany Morrow. Fourth swimmer, Megan Howd. Lane 2 for Lansing Eastern would be their first swimmer is Dana McLeod. Their second would be Dakota Chase. Their third, Molly Gardner. And their fourth, Shondell Surbeck. Lane 3 for Hazlitt would be Jaeyoon Chung. Their second swimmer, Cami Thornton. Their third, Michelle Lefevre. And their fourth, Caitlin Steinke. Lane 4 for Lansing Eastern, Melanie Hodman, Jasmine Weigel, Samantha Perez, and Maggie Scott. Lane 5 for Hazlitt. Their first swimmer is Sarah McNamara. Their second is Mandy Middlewood. Their third is Sarah Veet. And their fourth is Danielle Simmons.
Was disqualified. In seventh place, Shondell Surbeck from
Ooh,
Lansing Eastern.
apparently lane 1 was disqualified in the breaststroke. That's always
That
disappointing.
is always disappointing. After having swam the entire race and worked so hard,
She might have
Gabby Seltzer from
had
Lansing
some problems with her takeoff.
or pull out maybe.
Their pull out.
Tia Kansas City.
You can get DQ'd for many things. so
Sometimes just without consciously thinking about it, you'll take two pulls with your arms and you're only allowed one, which will lose it. That happens a lot for swimmers.
excellent refereeing. The refs are awesome at catching everyone.
And so for lane 6 for Lansing Eastern's Amy Woodrow, Cassie Rosenquist, and Catherine Dunsmore. I think that might just be like an exhibition for them in lane 6. They only have 3 swimmers.
That's interesting.
Might be a typo, I'm not sure. And then lane 7 for Hazlitt, which is Angie Nichols, Teresa Bodwin, Chelsea Walker, and Gabi Seltzer.
400-yard freestyle relay. Swimming for Lansing
This is
Eastern.
the final event. Hazlitt has this swim meet. The score is 206 to 80. Hazlitt leading. It's an
Good lead by
incredibly
Hazlitt.
large lead.
Decisive win over here.
Hazlitt is a very strong team this year, it looks like.
It's gonna be a good year for them.
Oh yeah.
Lots of potential to go undefeated, as like the men did. No,
Depending on
wins
their-
are last year.
Depending on the other teams and what their strengths are.
Oh yes. Also, the coaches, where they put their strengths and their weaknesses and everything.
A lot of it comes down to coaching and where the coaches actually end up placing their swimmers in the meets.
Yep, knowing what the swimmer's best skills are, not even by their times.
And knowing, like, let's say, like, it's a very close time between two, and putting in your more competitive guy,
Someone who you know will bring the game to the
yeah, who
table.
who will step it up. And here's the start of the 400 freestyle relay.
the final race of this dual meet between Lansing Eastern and Hazlitt Vikings.
To the state cut for us would be 3 minutes 58 seconds.
Wow. And ours.
The school record.
Oh, 3:54. So
Hazlitt's had some very talented swimmers in the past. It'll be interesting to see how our
how we do
relays
today.
do now. Looks like our relay
Lane
and
5,
lane,
Sarah McNamara
yeah,
pulling away in the opening 25. And in the second part of the opening,
the 400-yard freestyles swim a lot like the 200-yard. The swimmers go all out for that 100. They don't hold anything back, especially since it is the final event.
final event, no more worries. Easy practice hopefully tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they definitely deserve it. They came out and they brought it tonight.
Oh yeah, they definitely deserve.
Hazlitt's lane 3 right now. Jiyoon Chung in second, actually catching up to Sarah McNamara. She's a very strong swimmer, it appears.
This is an extremely strong
See.
swimmer for freshmen too.
Oh yeah, she's got
Showing
a lot of talent.
lot of promise for this young team.
Yep. Next year, even better.
Sarah McNamara still in first place for her relay team in lane 5.
Jaeyoon Chung,
Jaeyoon Chung
lane 3 in
slightly
second.
behind her.
Looks like lane 4, which is Lansing Eastern's Melanie Hodman, is in third, but Angie
But
Nichols.
getting caught by,
Angie Nichols.
wow.
The second swimmers are in for lane 5 and 3, which would be lane 5, Mandy Middlewood, lane 3, Cami Thornton
Lane 7, Teresa Bodwin now, who is
in the
fighting
water.
for third place right now. With
Looks like a Lansing Eastern swimmer's lost her goggles. It's always
another one of those disappointments.
it's always frustrating,
Oh, that is frustrating.
especially when you want to go, let's say, for a personal best, and you dive in and you're just all excited, and
Oh.
that happens.
It feels horrible. It's just,
It's frustrating.
oh, it is.
She
so
finishes
frustrating.
though.
Yep, she finishes, keeps her relay team going,
Oh yeah,
not bringing down the rest of them.
it's a good
They
thing
can
about
still get their good times.
Hazlitt still having a pretty good lead right now. really pulling away with their lane 5. Right now, I believe Sarah Veit is in the water.
Excellent form.
And Danielle Simmons looks like she's now in the water. So yeah, Hazlitt is doing really well on this one now. Some of the parents are getting into it, cheering on their kids.
Yep, it's good to see all the parents come out here, supporting their kids in the
Oh, yeah.
program. And
It's really nice for the parents now because we have such a new
Oh.
complex. The seating for the parents is like climate controlled, so they don't have all the humidity
yep,
problems
they
they
got
used
fans and
to. Fans, air conditioning, and
a great view. actually,
two
of the
separate
entire place.
projectors actually just to see scores and who's in the lanes, which is nice for them. They can watch their kids easily. Hazlitt still in the lead, finishing up right now, it looks like.
Hey, one more swimmer.
Yep, 3 minutes and 20
The
seconds.
Final 100.
Yeah, it looks like actually now Danielle Simmons is in. That was Sarah Veit, who looks like. Damn. Sarah Veit, who just finished up. Appears to be a good race.
It's always good to see these close races and showing all the teammates and everything trying
yeah.
their best.
Cheering on your team if you're not in it.
Oh yeah, good
The
support
girls,
for each
yeah,
other.
the girls have got to be excited with tonight's outcome, though. I mean, they
Oh, yeah.
really performed well.
They really do deserve this win. They worked excellent tonight.
Yeah.
I'm sure practice before this game, they were just coming into this meet really knowing that they could win this if they tried.
Good job by the coaches getting their girls motivated to swim.
Yep, and prepared without this being the first real test, not counting the
Relays.
relay tournament.
So yeah, because this team's actually in our league.
Yeah, this team's in our division,
Yeah.
or CAAC, I believe it is for swimming also.
Yep. And Hazlitt's lane 5 has finished the time of 4 minutes 20 seconds, .69. Looks like a tie for second is
Oh, it's
between-
close. It's really close right now.
Oh. Second place is Hazlitt's B relay, which is in lane 3 with a time of 4 minutes 54 seconds .23.
Very well done.
Third is
Times.
lane 4's Lansing Eastern's A relay with a time of 5 minutes and .98 seconds.
Very, very close to getting under 5 minutes, which
Oh,
should
yeah.
be their goal for the next meet, I'm sure.
I'm sure it will be. Sure, Lansing Eastern will
Look at this meet and
see where they need to make some changes.
better prepare for the next one.
Oh yeah, it's a good thing about swimming.
Oh yeah, you can change everything.
You can learn it. You can think you're good at
change
one
your
thing.
performance and everything for the next meet.
Mm-hmm. Change your lineup, switch your
Yep,
people around,
move
especially
your
for the
swimmers
relays.
around and
Maybe
work on techniques.
put
Technique
some-
is
yeah,
always
oh,
important
yeah.
this early in the year.
And in fourth place would be Hazlitt C relay with a time of 5 minutes 24 seconds. Fifth place would be Lansing Eastern in lane 6 with a time of 5:41.53. Sixth place is Hazlitt's D relay with a time of 5:44. Seventh is lane 2 Lansing Eastern's relay with a time of 5:52. And that would be it.
That would be the end of our meet today.
No, it looks like lane 2 is actually still going.
It's actually still going, although we have them completed, I believe.
That girl isn't stopping, which is good.
Good for her. Good determination.
Yeah. Make her a stronger swimmer. Looks like she might have lost her goggles.
I
Just-
do believe that the second swimmer that they had might have lost her goggles, and that's why they're so far behind.
No, but that girl looks like she has no goggles on also, so either she doesn't swim with them or she,
Lost them entirely,
yeah.
floating some in the abyss at the bottom of the pool.
Yep.
Which is actually kind of deep now that I think about it. 12 and a half feet in the far corner.
It has to be for the divers, otherwise they might injure themselves in some of their dives.
I'm sure there's a state regulation saying
Oh, it is.
the
That-
minimum depth.
That's why we had to get a new pool, so we weren't able to have diving.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. We practiced over at Williamston or with Williamston in some facility for quite some time.
at Williamson's pool for a lot of
Timer
years.
for lane 2, please report to the office. Timer for lane 2
And that is
to
the end of the
office,
meet.
please.
Hazlitt definitely has the win. Final. All right, the final score should be coming up soon. Oh, one of the projectors. Hazlitt with a very decisive win tonight, though.
Oh, they came out and they played excellent.
Oh yeah.
Performed excellently, rather. That's good though.
Oh,
They got their win. They're starting at 1-0, which is great to know.
They've got to be feeling good right now. See-
They'll all sleep well tonight after this match.
Oh yeah. They all worked hard. The girls look pretty excited. They're already cleaning up, which is good.
Yep. The swimmers take great care of this pool. They do all the maintaining during their practices and
Oh yeah.
whatnot, keeping it all clean from trash and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Sure, Lansing Eastern's got to be a little bit disappointed tonight, but found some areas they need to work on, and I'm sure they will. Looks like they're a young team. It's always, especially this early in the season, there's a lot of time to make improvements. So
Oh, lots of time. The coaches will definitely be working on it tomorrow before their next dual meet, and definitely they'll come much more prepared for regionals and
Oh, yeah.
leagues.
I'm not sure if every team. Actually, no, everyone goes to leagues. It's just
Every team in the division.
yeah, you can actually win leagues before actually ever getting to leagues if you win every single meet, depending on how the other teams do.
Wow.
Hazlitt actually almost did that
Last
2
year,
years ago.
last year we were actually.
Last year also.
400-yard freestyle relay. In 7th place, Lansing Eastern
And the
Seed, time
girls
of
still cleaning up,
7:02:06.
giving high
In
fives.
6th place, Hazlitt
Congratulating
Dean,
themselves
time
on their win.
5:44:18.
Oh, yeah. They swam
In
great
5th
tonight.
place,
Cooling down.
And the
Yeah.
final score for tonight's meet was Hazlitt with 221 points to Lansing Eastern's 83. It was a very good meet by Hazlitt.
Congratulations, has the girls.
This has been Anthony and Gabi commentating.
Yes, thank you. It was an excellent afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
to spend it. I enjoyed it greatly. I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Oh, yep. Good night.
Have a nice night.